Alright, welcome back everyone. Today we're going to be doing Punch Bowl, the 80% route of Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze. The name of the boss himself is actually Bashmaster the Unbreakable. For some reason you have to pick up the barrel. There it is. Get the flying arrow in here. Bashmaster does have one very annoying, costly trick that you need to nail if you get unlucky. For a while I didn't even understand how it worked, but now that I do, it's more annoying than enlightening. But I did just get lucky, so I don't even have to worry about it. But I'll explain it later, no worries. Now, it is a very important goal to be able to walk out of here with Cranky Kong in tow. This is the longest boss fight in the game, apart from Frederick, so do expect to be sitting here for quite some time. There's plenty of time to be screwing around. In general, you can just like have a lot of fun while you're here. Nice. I'm also very superstitious, so I'll be going over why I bother taking risky maneuvers like the ones I just did in that first phase. But as you can see, Bashmaster doesn't have a whole lot of tricks up his sleeve. There's nothing that you really need to get down on a consistent basis. And Cranky does make this fight a lot easier. Even though he's completely unnecessary for the fight, he does make it a hell of a lot easier. And way more fun. Coming up on Bashmaster's last phase. Alright, that was the 8th hit. One more hit and Bashmaster is done. And... whew. So, one of the things that Bashmaster is a little more well known for is the fact that he can cost you 20 seconds. And the way that that happens is because of something very peculiar that only really happens with Bashmaster in this game. So if you manage to keep Cranky out of 5-6, you won't have to worry about stopping for the barrel and fumbling around like I did at the beginning. Just mash right out of the cutscene and get right in there. So, basically what ends up happening with Bashmaster is that he, at one point throughout the encounter, starts walking towards you with his hammer. He in fact does this at the very beginning of the fight. And the only way for him to like start swinging is by you being close. So as soon as I mash out of this cutscene, I'm going to run up to Bashmaster and bait his attack. That way I can get a hit on him immediately. He actually goes into this animation twice in the first phase, and that is how you save time. So you wait right here. Bait his attack, jump, okay. Bashmaster has to be jumped on top of in order to knock him into the water. And he's only vulnerable during certain parts of the fight. Let's see what kind of luck he gives me. Okay, He just dropped a block in front of me with a coin in it. Now the first time around he did not. He dropped a block in front of me that had nothing in it at all. The coin in front of me indicates that the 4th block of ice that drops is actually going to have the bomb that I can throw at Bassmaster. When there is no coin in the first block, it'll be the 3rd block that the bomb appears in. That is the preferred RNG, so you will be saving 1 second by having a block with nothing in it as the first block. Not only will you be saving 1 second, but you'll be getting this bomb hit on Bassmaster really early, which you need to do because if Bassmaster is not hit before he starts walking again with his hammer, then he will go into a jumping around cycle. So, 1, 2, 3, and I'm pretty sure I got him in time. We'll see what happens next. I basically hit him before he could go into his walking animation, so the game is now thinking Bassmaster needs to do his walking animation next. Let's see if that happened. Which it did. All I gotta do is dodge him now. Very good. So you have to be really quick. Make sure that when you get that bad RNG, you're like, oh, okay, it sucks, but gotta get ready for it. Jump on that block as quickly as you can, break it, and throw the bomb right away. You need to do that, or else Bassmaster is gonna start jumping around just like he does in Phase 2, and that costs 20 seconds out of your run. So now in Phase 2, there's another bit of RNG where he can take away 5 seconds from you. Basically, Bassmaster is first going to do this attack right here. You're going to want to avoid him and then jump on him. And then when he comes up, the next thing he's going to do is start jumping around. And he can jump between 5 and 6 times throughout all of Phase 2. If he jumps 5 times, then you saved 5 seconds. If he chooses to jump 3 times twice in a row, then you've lost those 5 seconds. So what I like to do, and this is honestly, it's not confirmed, this is just something that seems to work most of the time for me, so I'm going to explain why I'm doing it. Basically, Bassmaster, he always goes from left to right and then right to left the first time because he only crosses twice. The second time around he'll cross 3 times, so he'll start on the right side. So what I like to do is I like to trick the game into thinking Bassmaster's in a good spot. First, I'll wait right here. That way I can safely bait him over here. Now I'm standing over here because this is where Bassmaster will be. And let's see if I got it. Jump 3 times. Works sometimes, doesn't work sometimes. So if I'm lucky then, instead of jumping 6 times, he'll jump twice in the second phase. We'll see what happens. Hopefully that'll happen. I'll try it again. I'll try to bait him to standing in the spot where he would usually be. So next I want him to be on the right side, so I'm going to try and bait his attack on the left first. And now I'm going to stand over here, because this is where he's going to be. So let's see if that worked. Okay, again, it may or may not be an actual thing. Who knows? But he only jumped 5 times total, so maybe it did work. It's honestly pretty much completely RNG, but you're hoping that he jumps 5 times instead of 6. The only other things that you can really count on for Bassmaster is just trying to hit him at the earliest possible frame and then making sure that he gives you all the hearts that you need. So now that we're done with Phase 2, he's going to drop this block right here. This is going to be a bomb. You want to make sure you throw it into him as soon as possible. Be ready for it. Now the last bit of thing that I can hope for is that on the next hit, and it has to be the next hit because it's the only one that I'll have between now and the last hit, is that he'll give me a heart. He needs to give me a heart so that I can keep Cranky Kong coming out of this boss. Because it saves you a lot more time to forget about Cranky and take the hit and do the boss strat rather than trying to save your old man. Unlucky, very sucks, very, very, very much sucks. So now I'm just waiting. 1, 2, 3, and this next one, 4. Sorry, Cranky. So there's really no need to go back and explain it all over again. That is Bassmaster. He's a very basic boss. There's so little you can do with him to save time. You just got to make sure that you don't screw up the first trick where you're trying to hit him as soon as possible with the bomb. You get an item in the first block, You're unlucky. You don't get an item. You're lucky. It'll be a lot easier. Just practice that first throw, and that's pretty much it. That's all you really need to worry about this boss. Everything else, very consistent, very easy to practice. Make sure that you have Cranky. And next time, we are finally going to return home, Donkey Kong Island, where we will begin World 6. See you then.